What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
So what went so wrong for Dunkin' in India? To answer that, let's go back to 2012, when Dunkin' launched its first location. Dunkin' granted exclusive franchising rights to Jubilant Foodworks, the same franchisee that brought Domino's Pizza to India, one of the top restaurant brands in the country. Dunkin' entered with its typical breakfast-first strategy, and it braced for heavy traffic at the start of the day. But it didn't take long to figure out that Indians weren't all that interested in the American morning routine. The majority of Indian consumers don't prefer to grab and go their breakfast. They'd rather have a sit-down meal.
Yeah, basically when you look at donuts, so basically when Dunkin' Donuts came to India, it's regarded as a breakfast for all the Western countries or wherever the Dunkin' Donuts have their outlets. But in India, it's the consumer preferences are totally different. So here people, they generally prefer their local cuisine for their breakfast.
And it wasn't just the timing of the offering. It appeared to be the menu itself. To be fair, Dunkin' tried to localize its offerings. It had custom donuts catered to Indian taste buds, like the mango donut. It had lychee culottes. And for a brand that rarely ventures outside its core product, Dunkin' even rolled out a spicy sandwich lineup. In an effort to localize its menu, this coffee-loving brand even downplayed its beverage branch of business, which accounts for about 60% of Dunkin's sales. Instead, it marketed its food to a nation that's not exactly crazy about coffee. But it wasn't enough to help Dunkin' shake its donut-first reputation.
I don't know why Dunkin' wanted to go there.
I already know what the answer is.
What?
People like to negotiate. We don't negotiate out here.
Mm-hmm.
When last time you walked in any fast food like restaurant, period, and say, hey, I would like to kind of see if I can get this for a cheaper price? They gonna look at you crazy.
The price is the price.
Right? But if you walk it down, for instance, if you're in India, for instance, if you're in South Africa, right, and they have all of these food markets that's lined up on the street, man, you good. Like, you have so many people that's going to work with you about what your living expenses may be and how can you accommodate for the food that you're trying to, get.
Right, but, baby, first of all, the people don't like the coffee.
Nah.
I don't like Dunkin' breakfast. The people don't care for the breakfast. What was the logic? Who said yes to this?
I don't know. It's just I don't know. I Dunkin' not one of the spots where I really went.
I like the coffee.
Hey, I need me this, that, and the third on the fly.
Really nothing.
I don't really go to many fast foods for real.
Nah, breakfast, no.
Dunkin' was seen as more of a pastry shop, and Indians didn't want to start their day with sweet baked goods.
Donut is basically considered as a dessert, right? And a dessert which is a lot of other assortments added onto it, so it's a high calorie assortment, and therefore it's more like a luxury, it's more like a impulse kind of a purchase which you make if you are celebrating, or is there a special occasion, or once in a while Indians having a sweet tooth would like to indulge in that kind of a purchase.
So Dunkin' pivoted.
That's like bringing cafeteria food. And that's like bringing a whole bunch of broccoli and, those type of food products that children are going to deny. Because they're looking at it as like, oh, this is an adult food. I don't want that. I would rather the sweets. But you're bringing sweets to people that's in India and they're looking at that as like, this is a dessert, more like a reward.
Right.
More like a luxury. Oh, no.
It's bigger than the flavors. Like, they try to come with the flavors that they're used to for the donuts. But American consumer, I go to Dunkin' for coffee. I don't like the breakfast. Now, granted, there's many people who like the breakfast, but if the coffee is what bringing 60% of your sales, and y'all only catering to the donuts, and the people don't really care for the donuts, right?
It pushed its operating hours later. It rolled out its Diwali donut, which touted savory flavorings like chickpea, saffron, and chili. But key to Dunkin's tweaked image was actually to downplay the donut. So it tried something it hadn't done before: burgers. Okay. With burgers, Dunkin was able to get more foot traffic in, and the non-beef lineup was designed to appeal to the country's vegetarians. But making burgers the anchor product of the brand just appeared to dilute Dunkin's image rather than help it.
They started advertising on burgers rather than donuts. I mean, when you're a global brand, when donuts in your name, you cannot say that we are not donuts and we are something else, right? So that's really against the basic rule of marketing, which is focus.
In a statement to CNBC, Dunkin' Brands said that it finds it important to include core Dunkin' products alongside more regional menu items to cater to local tastes. But Dunkin' didn't comment on its store closures in India. Another potential misstep had nothing to do with the menu. Dunkin' expanded too fast, its locations were too big, and those huge retail spaces translated into higher operational costs.
Sound like a very familiar mistake that I feel like these big businesses make because they have so much money and they can play with it, right? It just sounds like a mistake. You're moving too fast, you're putting way too much steak on your plate, and you're expecting people to have fun with it, and they're looking at it like, who gonna eat all that? Like, hey.
I feel like because India is a place that has a lot of people, they felt like they can gamble. You know? That's just my speculation. You know, but they didn't really take into account of the culture of the people. Right. And that's what we see a lot of times with these businesses that fail abroad. Like, you can't take American people there.
Always the culture you have to really pay attention to, and I feel like the beginning of this video they spoke highly about what the people prefer before they go to something that's just you know given to them. So now we talking about space and the process of how much it costs.
Now, see, hold on. Now Domino's had great success because the people actually it was food, you know.
Compared to dessert.
And I feel like they had some success when it came to the vegetarian burger. Maybe if they would have, came in with that kind of idea before, but then again, it's Dunkin' Donuts, so it's like
not Dunkin' Burgers.
Can't really do much. I mean, you're Dunkin' Donuts.
So when Jubilant FoodWorks announced plans to pare back more Dunkin' shops in 2018, it came as little surprise that its new plan was to focus on small stores and kiosks. But keep in mind, Dunkin' isn't alone in its struggle with the donut. Dunkin's main donut rivals Krispy Kreme and Mad Over Donuts entered the market within a few years of one another. And at first, things were pretty great. Donuts were initially a hit when they were first introduced into the Indian market.
The young population, which was more acceptable to American tastes and culture. And so for them, it was the issue of novelty. And therefore, donut market saw a surge in the Indian subcontinent. And we had Dunkin' Donuts, which entered the market at that point of time. And we all know that right from 22 stores, they reached up to 77 stores in 2017, which was the peak of Dunkin' Donuts in India.
But Agarwal said that the donut's popularity has started to stagnate, and now the donut chains of India are feeling the pressure.
The donut is struggling. It's not just Dunkin' and Krispy Kreme. There have been declining sales across donuts for quite some time. Not just in India, but if donuts were working, they would be Dunkin' Donuts, but they're now just Dunkin'. And so that's, if it's not working here, it's certainly not working in India.
That precipitous fall in the popularity of the donut is partly to do with the more health-conscious India.
India is becoming a very health-conscious market, right? So people are moving away from sugar and salty food and looking for more healthier options. So that's one of the reasons why I feel that the sales have kind of stagnated.
But even though Indian consumers are looking for healthier foods, some dessert chains in the country aren't struggling like Dunkin'. In fact, one of Dunkin' brand's other businesses, Baskin-Robbins, is killing it in India. Baskin-Robbins, which is franchised in India by Gravis Food, has more than 725 stores in the country and claims to be the largest ice cream chain in India. So if Baskin-Robbins and Dunkin' are two fruits from the same tree, then why is one doing so much better than the other in India? Euromonitor says it's because Baskin-Robbins focused on its signature product, ice cream. And according to a Mintel report, the ice cream industry is heating up in India. Mintel estimates that in 2021, 657.2 million liters of ice cream will be purchased in India. But donuts? Well, they're just not a favorite for the adult Indian consumer. So Dunkin's big problem in India seems to have more to do with the fact that it's failing to give Indian consumers what they're looking for.
Okay, so being that it's a novelty treat, right, in their eyes, Make it smaller. Do the kiosks. Go to college campuses. Go wherever there are schools. The younger population. Go there. Like, have it next door to the daycare.
Yeah. And don't overpopulate it so fast. Make people want it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
the children
man,
will
y'all
ask
have
for
one on
it.
y'all campus and we don't. Not that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Make them want it.
Right. College students, they're going to get it every morning.
Mm-hmm.
The children who, parents have to pick them up. Now, granted, it's been a while since we have dived into Indian culture and things like that, so I don't know like how infrastructure is, but think about picking up your child after school. Not after school. Bringing your child to school.
Okay.
And they see Dunkin' Donuts. You're going to get a treat, regardless if you already ate breakfast. It's just something nice. Something to look forward to, maybe at the end of the week or something.
Yeah, sounds like a routine.
Mm-hmm.
And less to do with any mistake made by either Dunkin' Brands or Jubilant FoodWorks. Take Dunkin' Brands. The company in the United States is by no means failing. The company has seen a steady growth in revenues over recent years. The Indian market isn't biased against international companies, more specifically Dunkin' Brands, because Baskin-Robbins has seen such success in India. And Jubilant FoodWorks, which franchises Dunkin' in India, also franchises Domino's Pizza, one of the most popular brands in the country. It's also not the first time an international Dunkin' franchise agreement has flopped either. Dunkin' has tried and failed to enter China twice, and in 2015, it decided to step back in a third time with a better understanding of what Chinese consumers want and an ambitious goal to open 1,400 restaurants. So will Dunkin' in India have the same story as Dunkin' in China? Or will it be able to turn things around? Experts say it's certainly worth trying. With a population size second only to China, India is thought of as the last great battleground for international fast food rivals. Only about 3% of all food service establishments there are chained. In Western markets, it's over 50%. So if you're looking to capture market share in the US, you have to take it away from somebody else. But if you enter India in the right way, with the right formula, there's tremendous potential upside. And reducing store sizes is part of that formula.
For the newer stores, they have been reducing their store sizes, which is the same strategy which was being followed by Mad Over Donuts or Krispy Kreme.
The brand slashed unprofitable stores and instead started focusing on small kiosks to sell their products. And remember how they basically ignored their beverage unit when first entering the country? That's not happening anymore. They're planning to introduce more teas to their menu to cater to Indian tastes.
They're probably better off on the hot beverage focused side of it than trying to localize the menu to get away from it being donuts.
So yeah, Dunkin' in India has had to overcome a lot upon entering the market, and it still does. But by adding tea-based beverages to their menu and offloading unprofitable stores for kiosks, Dunkin' may be able to save itself in India after all.
I see. We're going to stop it right there, man. So they mentioned that in China, they did it 3 times. 3 attempts to get it right, all because they started to, cater to the people. So it sounds like they're going in there with their own mindset, saying, we want our stuff on the market.
Yeah. Let's
push our stuff only. And if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But I think with all the technology, especially with all the people that that they conversate with on a regular basis, they should be able to see that, hey, this is what our people will want if y'all want y'all business to work here.
Right.
Let's cater to them. So they did it in China. I think they need to keep that mindset and just
Everywhere.
go with what the people want, what the culture needs.
Right. Everywhere. Like, for instance, some things that we accept here, our laws accept here, they're not going to do it abroad. That's why when we went to the McDonald's abroad and we saw that it was real chicken, not the mashed up stuff that we have, we was like, wow, this is really good.
Yeah, it really was. Oh, Lord.
Child.
Hey.
All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.